G'day traders, John from Crypto Candlestick Trading. Just doing an update on crypto and Bitcoin, the crypto markets, I should say. Just looking at this here, I'll just go firstly from the weekly chart. Bitcoin is where we always want to start because Bitcoin is where the most of the money is. And here, breaking down below the 200, living below the 200, but we're bounced off this 20 support. We'll just go back and have a look at that 20 support. So it's more so on the bodies that they've chosen to be a more substantial area of support. So that line there. So we'll just have a look up here. Look at the close of this one here. That is 18.9. So let's make it 19,000. So really the support level is closer to around about the 19,000 mark. And anyway, so it's come down there and you found support on there and it's taken off. And so let's just go and have a closer look at what that takeoff looked like on a shorter term time frame. So this is on the weekly chart where if we look here, we've got the oversold area is definitely in there. But if we have a look at the overbought kind of areas and then what, the result of what happened after the overbought, and we never actually came into the oversold area for quite some time. Here we just kind of touched it. And look at the result here. We're well and truly into the oversold area. Having another look. Yeah, so back here, I could open it up. We could have a look, but anyway, you can kind of see that this is showing that potentially we are at a low, and this could take off from here. So we're just got to keep that in mind. It's not a definite. We can stay down here for months, but we usually when we see these at the lows, there is some sort of a bounce. And so far we have had a little bit of a bounce. Let's go and have a closer look. So that red line's a weekly 200, and then this is the $19,000 mark support. And so we didn't really have a reversal with the weekly chart, but we were bouncing on support, which is evidence enough to say, hang on a minute, we might get a bounce that could be worth a play. And so we've come down to this area here, we're bounced up and then we pull back to that area there. A lot of indecision around this area, perfect looking doji, another doji, and then we've got a strong buying closing above the 9 on the daily chart. I'll open that up a bit more so we can see it a bit better. Up there, down here, so this one here, so I was talking to someone the other day and they said, well, what's a good buy then? And I went to the 4-hour chart and I said, basically, when it looks like this, you should be buying. And so anyway, that's the candle that I actually showed him on. Well, I showed him that in the morning. And anyway, it kind of went sideways, so it was still a buy. But anyway, the closing price of that was 20,400, say. And we did get up to, say 22,000. 2 seconds. And the high there was 22 and a quarter, or 22.4. So from the close 24 to a high of 22.4. So there's 10% really. But anyway, it's not really Bitcoin, that's all good and well to see, and so this is the one that we were talking about on the day, and there was plenty of opportunity to get in. But I mentioned to him that I wasn't going to trade this one simply because, the very first strong resistance area that we're going to get is the weekly 200 moving average, which is about 22.5. And so I was thinking to myself, I could go there and see what it looks like, 20 to 20, so there's 2,000, so there's 10%. And I don't really think that 10% is enough. Like, I want to see like 20% with, only minor resistance above us. This is major resistance. Like, have a look there, the downtrending line for the 200 on the 4-hour chart. We've got the weekly 200 moving average, which is holding us back big time. We've got a shooting star on the 4-hour chart too. So we've come up, we've got 40% of people that are sold off. We've got a harami. And then we've got, another attempt, another harami. And we've got wicks at the top here and stuff. And now we've got a shooting star. And we're, resting on the 20. At this stage here with the 4-hour chart, let's have a look at the daily chart again. And so with the daily chart, we've bounced on the support beautifully, engulfing, and another engulfing. But as soon as we got here, we had an engulfing to the south side, shooting star. Down, and then we've got indecision, and then now we're going to close above the 9, which is good. So this is the second try on here, the second reversal, which I do like. That's a good reversal there. This is a good reversal here. Is it excellent? No, but it's good enough. So on the weekly chart, yeah, we can see the support. On the daily chart, yeah, it looks pretty good there for, we're in the oversold areas and, closing above that there. Now, onto the 4-hour, but also, sorry, before I move on, so we've gone up to here, and straight away we've gone up and touched the 200 mark, or very close to it, and we've, straight away we've got very indecisive trading. The market could do anything from here. up or down or sideways. But I don't really want to be in this market while it's trading between the major resistance area of the weekly 200 and the major support area of 19,000. So that's that. What's that? 3,000. So I'm just not really all that interested in trading in that area. But there were some good opportunities to but they would have been short opportunities. So this here is around about in this time here, I would have been looking for entries, and then going over to other cryptos. Like, let's go and have a look and see what they look like. Other cryptos. Or actually, I'll go back to the daily chart and I'll have a look. And so here, we can see there's definitely been some movement in the market. We've come down, up, engulfing, closing below, and now we've, come up here. But this doesn't look like a very, it's great that it's closed above the 50, but it doesn't look like strong action. We've got wicks at the bottom, wicks at the top. We've sold off about 40% from the top as well. Indecisive trading, and was, like perfect looking doji. And we've got selling straight after. Now, this is not the way that, a strong bull market takes off. I do like the volume, but this isn't the way the strong market bull, it's a strong bull market takes off. It's more, failed, it just looks like potential failure, or even, like here, it opened up and it was kind of not very strong and it went up and fizzled. Down here, if we're up here and we pull back down to the 50 or something like that, and then we get a massive engulfing with strong, everything going in our favor, then yep, for sure, it'll be worthwhile, on the second attempt. This first attempt doesn't look strong. On here, I do like this one actually. We've gone up for a first attempt and failed, and now we've gone up for a second attempt. There's above average volume there too, which beat the previous red. I do like that too. So this here with Shiba, like it lows, highs, higher lows. We haven't quite made a higher high yet, but we've got a lot of good things that are happening in this thing. I would have liked a more, stronger close, but we can see there's still a lot of enthusiasm around this crypto. So I do like it, but still not an entry for me simply because of where Bitcoin is. And so here, uni, like if I'll just get rid of some of those drawings there so we can see it a bit better. And we're down here, and we've got our first engulfing closing just above, only just the 9, and now we've closed above, which is good. Pull back, and then we've got hammers, and then we've got a nice solid closing candle above, which is really nice. I like this one too. That's a good one. But one thing I don't like about it is the volume. Where is the volume? There's something wrong with this. I like this. Good accumulation, good volume and stuff, and then down here the volume's really died out. I do like the volume that's coming to this one here, making new highs. We've got a low, high, high, low, high, high. So, but I would much rather be buying these. I'll just go back to Bitcoin for a quick second because this is my plan of attack. So when I'm looking for Bitcoin to either come up to there, pull back to the 200 or even back to the 50 if it's there, and then an engulfing around about this area here. If we get an engulfing, around about here, that's the sort of thing that I'll be after. And so, but if we don't get that, and another thing that I'll be after is an engulfing around about there to the downside. So I'm looking to trade outside of, this resistance area. This whole area here is not somewhere that I want to be involved in really because, it's sideways choppy action. Since we've landed in here, the support line, the resistance line, support, resistance. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can we come down again and have another go? Yeah, for sure. We can just keep on going sideways for a while until we break out of this. But clearly we can see that the support is holding strong and the resistance is also, so far, holding strong. So this is my plan of attack here. And also if we get a continuation of this, this is going to be a terrible continuation. But I'll just change that around to the blue marker so we can kind of see it. So, I'm looking for a break of that 200 and also a close above that 50. And I would rather get the second close above that 50 or the second sign of strength above that 50 before we take off. And if we were to take off, I'd be looking for areas around about, say that kind of height there, or even, the first point of resistance might, hang on, I'll just get that. First point of resistance might even be around about there, or unless we could even get the tops and, go around about there. So First point of resistance that I'll be going after that would be 28,000 mark. And, I'd say that once, if it does go up here, there'll be a lot of hype in the markets and stuff like that. There'll be a lot of ones that are a little bit slower but still coming out. They're the ones, I'd rather get the first ones, the strongest ones. And I'll be on high alert for that happening. But first up, I do want to see a close above the weekly 200 or a close below the 19,000 mark before I want to start unloading my account. At this stage here, it's too much risk. Let's have a look at the 4-hour chart again. So 4-hour chart, yeah, so here the first time came back very nicely, closed above, and here closed above very nicely, and then we're getting engulfing, another engulfing, another engulfing. So we've got some good signs here on the 4-hour chart, but then up here we've got some not very good signs because we're at resistance. So just have to wait and see. Let's have a look at Ethereum. I've got a little bit of a flu again. It's not COVID this time, which is good, but a little bit of a flu. But here we can see that, this tight trading, over and over again, when we see tight trading, we usually see a pop from somewhere. Here we're under the 50, we've got tight trading. As soon as we break above the 50. Here we come down here, the trading gets really tight, we pop above the 50. Here it gets pretty tight, but the downtrend is still underway. Tight trading, pop above the 50, broken that downtrending line by the looks of it with this one here, and we get a run to the 200. And then down here, close below the, So here we've got tight trading. So this is something to be aware of. And also, but we've got, look at that, all that selling there. There's not really very much buying that's happened here. There is accumulation, but there's still distribution happening big time. So, yeah, not really all that much there. Another thing that I'm looking for as well is in these cryptos is I want to see the 9 EMA making a low, a high, a low, and then engulfing in that higher low. If I see that sort of action there, I'll definitely be more interested in the market, because engulfing patterns just show you that the market is there's traders that are very keen and eager to get into this market. Look at that tight trading. We've attempted the 50 once, and now we've got another chance to crack the 50. But and we do have accumulation here. There's bits of accumulation here. So someone's in here in the background buying this one. So, and there hasn't been any major sell-offs at this stage. So someone is knowing to buy in these low tight areas, which is a great time and place to be buying them. Here, we're up to the 50 now. Will we get a pop above the 50? Have a look here. It came down below the 50 and just kind of took its time before we had a massive engulfing below, and then look at the result after that. Here, I'm looking for a nice engulfing above, and then we might even get a nice pop up to the 200, 90, $40 to $80, somewhere around there. That'll be all right. That's definitely worth our while, chasing something like that. If Bitcoin's got around about a 20% move that it can achieve before the next major resistance, well, we can trade that, because these will go up 100%, 50%. And, we're probably not going to catch the whole move. We'll just catch, a good portion of the move. Here, down, nice trading. It's still happening is distribution. There's still not very much. I'm just, I can't go in there and just jump in blindly now and just say, yep, start buying up, because it's just not ready yet. The market hasn't told us to get in. If we have a look back here, like, on this one here, Avalanche, if we go back and study this one here, let's have a quick look. What did it look like? So here we can see that, we've attempted on the first break above, and anyway, failed, was stopped out. And another attempt, but there was no buy there. An attempt, no buy, no buy. So we've got massive resistance at that 50. But this is the second time it's closed above that 50. Came back for consolidation. And, wicks at the top, not very good, but here, look at this. We've got 2 candle pullback, and then we've got an engulfing. I know there's a lot of wicks there, but this candle here was an engulfing. So, this would almost give us the opportunity to be buying the red to green move on this one here, or even buying the new highs from this one here. So $4. But, so that there, but it came out of very tight trading, super tight trading. So, it's that tight that, you shrink it down like this, you can't even see that. You can't even see what's going on. Now, here's the second part where it came into tight trading. So tight trading, now we come down, look at that full body closing candle. That's a rocket booster as well. This is a huge amount of strength coming into this candle right here. Then we pull back, engulfing, off the 9, off the 50, off the 20, perfect. If you missed any, this entry here, this would have been your second entry. Breaking new highs, third entry. you know, and as we go. So there's two. Now let's have a look at the one that we're at now. And you know, the result, what was that? $4, you know, and then it goes up to $130. You know, like, will we see that again someday? Yes. Will it be this time? We don't know. We can only take what the market's prepared to give us. But here again, look at this tight trading. We've got lows, highs, high lows, not quite higher highs. We're under the 50 on the daily chart. You know, and this is all. This could all change when Bitcoin breaks either above, going to, you know, above the 22.5 mark, or below the 19,000 mark. We'll see some massive results with these other cryptos. But you know, looking at this here, first engulfing above, you know, that closing there is 18.29. You know, so that's, you know, I mean, it's not very much in profit. This is why I can't really be getting involved in these ones here. You know, not, you know, once we get a break above on the daily chart, we can go to the shorter term timeframes and get better, more accurate and cheaper entries. You know, like here we are on the 4-hour chart here. We can see, you know, close above there, it's pulled back. Now we're getting engulfing, you know, bouncing off the 50. You know, at this stage here. So, you know, if we were to get that one there, you know, let's say it was this one here because it's higher, we'll go to the high at 16.92. And it reached up to 21.50. So, you know, there's some good profits to be made on the shorter term time frames. On the bigger term time frames, it's only minimal sort of. You know, I want more room to move. I don't want to just get into a trade and be watching it every 5 minutes and stuff like that. I want to get into a trade that, you know, we can see that. But have a look at the accumulation here on the 4-hour chart. That's beautiful. You know, and here we've got sideways consolidation, and this looks sneakily like we've got a 30% rise. Oh, hang on. I need to do that again. Got a 30% rise. And then we've got a massive big cup. And then we've got a very tight looking handle that also has, yeah, let me go from here. And so, but also we have a decline in buying volume, or sorry, decline in selling volume in the handle. So, you know, this is actually looking pretty good. We're above the moving averages, but I love this, you know, this on the daily chart, man. I'll be on the 4-hour chart looking at this support here and seeing if I can get cheaper entries or sooner entries and stuff, you know, because we don't know, because of Bitcoin's situation, or, you know, where it stands, which way this market's going to go. But so far, it's just proving that it's going to go sideways and choppy, and we just need to wait until it breaks out from there. So anyway, a rise, 30% plus, and then we've got a pullback. Nice, beautiful cup there, breaking above the moving averages. This is picture perfect. Massive big, you know, look at that accumulation in the rise here. It's great. Look at that pullback. Nowhere near 50%. Like, that's super duper. That's tight, high trading. This has got a lot of strength. There's a lot of people that are, you know, interested in this one here, and that's why the price is so high. But if Bitcoin tanks, you know, 9 times out of 10, this is going to tank with Bitcoin. So it all depends on, you know, on what Bitcoin's going to do. So this is why I'm very hesitant to trade while Bitcoin's in that area. Anyway, I've said that over and over again, so I don't need to say it again. I just keep on reminding myself more so than anyone else. Righto, traders. Anyway, that'll probably do. About 18 minutes in, and I hope you have a good day. If you have any questions about your charts or anything like that, please let me know. More than happy to talk about charts and trading. You know, and so that, okay, I'll just go back here one more time. This scenario right here, you know, like when it's broken above the moving averages, we've got massive big volume that's coming in on the rise. The pullbacks, you know, dying off in volume. It's beautiful. Like, this is picture perfect. You know, looking for something, a break above that. But this here, the handle forming above the major moving average, looking for a breakout. I'm looking for that on Bitcoin on the daily chart. And, you know, at the moment, that's not what it looks like. You know, we've had a nice rise up. We've had a pullback. We've had some good stuff there. But, you know, this major 2-week moving average is the one that is bothering me, and the downtrending line there from here to that 200 is 24,000. So we've got that's on the daily chart too. So we've got 21,500. We've got this resistance here at 22,500, so it's only 1,000 away. And then by the time that happens and mucks around here, the 50 will probably be down a fair bit lower, so 24,000. Anyway, it's got a lot of jargon to go through. Let's just wait until we get something concrete, something solid, and then, you know, trade when it's safer. You know, if we're doing end of day analysis, this is what we should be looking at. Righto, traders, hope you have a good day. If you have any questions, please let me know. Talk to you again soon. See you.